Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad Hughesby. Sorry for no huddle film. I try to include that for all my videos. Technical issues, so just want to get that out of the way. But we have three big time prospects to talk about, one running back and two wide receivers. These are pretty much the top guys left on the board for the Fighting Irish. Also, new wide receiver coach Chauncey Stuckey coming over from Baylor. This pertains to one certain recruit in specific. That recruit is Caleb Douglas, former Baylor commit. So we'll start with Caleb Douglas, former Baylor commit. USC, Florida, Notre Dame have offered since he decommitted just a few weeks ago. He's from Missouri City, Texas. Speedster. Dude runs 4.445. This is what you want if you're a Notre Dame fan as you're trying to get some more numbers in this class. I definitely expect them to look to the portal as well. Don't really have a huge name, but I definitely wouldn't be shocked if a big transfer wide receiver comes in sometime. I just don't know if there's a guy in the portal right now that's really going to start right away. We'll see. And also, you have to take into account Notre Dame can't take all the transfer portal guys. I try to look at it. I try to look at it as Stanford, Northwestern, Vanderbilt, Duke, Cal Berkeley, all those kind of elite schools. It's hard to get into just to play football. Notre Dame, of course, is one of them, and then the Ivies. If you don't go to one of those schools as an undergrad, it's going to be pretty damn hard to transfer to Notre Dame. Graduate, completely different. Nick McLeod, North Carolina State. North Carolina State is not at ND's level academically, especially transferring over as an undergrad, but he was graduate, so works out for the Irish. Aloy Gilman, Navy, one of those schools as well. So Caleb Douglas, really like this guy, 6'3", 185, according to his 247 profile. We'll be visiting Florida this weekend. They have a big recruiting weekend, so definitely something to note there. We'll see what happens, but if he comes out of that Florida visit uncommitted, you have to think Notre Dame has a shot. And I don't know how good his relationship was with Chauncey Stuckey, but Stuckey, I think, was honestly hired to Notre Dame to be a relentless recruiter. He's young, fresh out of the NFL, played just less than 10 years ago for the Jets. So you have to like that. These kids really like the energy he presents. He has a few videos up on YouTube, him going through practice drills, talking with the Baylor students who do media there. I've watched a few of them. They're good. So I really like Stuckey, and I think he has a very bright potential. He's young. He's very young, though. So we'll see. I guess you could say boomer bust hire, but at the end of the day, guys, he's a wide receiver coach. Tommy Rees has a lot of input here. I think all Notre Dame fans like Tommy Rees at this point. I know there was some, maybe not, people weren't sold on him at first, but I think people are sold on him now. I am, at least, if that helps. Andrew Paul is next, running back from Dallas. This dude pretty much came out of the blue. Michigan, Clemson, ND are probably the three biggest schools to know here. I believe he will be visiting Clemson soon. Not sure about Michigan. But hey, Notre Dame looking for another back. Of course, you could get the random transfer. I think we all are coming to the assumption that Sibo Flemister will be gone, not returning for another year. So that leaves you with Audric Estime, Logan Diggs, Chris Tyree, and then true freshman Jadarian Price, who I am very, very high on. Now, 4 or 5 guys, that's fine. Assuming Sibo leaves, that's 4. Sibo stays, that's 5. You possibly look for a guy in the portal or possibly coming from high school. Andrew Paul, just a little under 6 feet tall. He's a bigger body back. I think he's a take. I love his film. I believe scored 24 touchdowns in one of the more competitive leagues in Texas. So that's my stance on the situation, but we'll see. I definitely would expect that he takes an official visit to Notre Dame, but I'm not certain by any means that he will. But that's just how I see things ending up here. If he ends up in Notre Dame, I have absolutely no clue. Now, finally, this is the prospect that I'm most confident ends up in South Bend. That's Justice Lowe. Trains with Tobias Merriweather, Notre Dame signee in the 2021 class. Lowe is also from the Northwest, Lake Oswego, Oregon. Justice Lowe, 4.445 guy, just like Douglas. Current Utah commit. This is extremely interesting. Didn't have many offers at all. Committed to Utah after picking up an Oregon State and Colorado offer just 2 days before signing day. Now, didn't sign with the Utes, which was surprising. Didn't take any official visits throughout the process. So he has 5 officials. I don't think he'll take all 5, but I definitely think he takes 2 or 3. Notre Dame has one of them at the end of January. Utah has another one coming up here, I believe, this weekend. And then we'll see. Oregon has been in contact. USC has offered. So maybe another school comes in. I know Florida's looking to take another wide receiver, possibly Clemson too. Really no clue here, but we've got just about 3 weeks until National Signing Day hits. You don't have to sign then. This is a very underrated thing. People don't understand this. If you're not a mid-year enrollee, you can wait to sign until March, April. JT, I'm going to butcher this, Tumailoa, defensive end from Washington. Some of you guys may remember him. Notre Dame was never really involved, but 5-star defensive end from the state of Washington. He waited until late June, early July to commit and then sign to Ohio State. And he was out there playing for the Buckeyes this fall. So things can happen. These kids can wait. That was partially because he wanted to take official visits, the dead period, whatnot. This recruitment definitely will not take that long, I don't think. But hey, Lowe can wait out. I think the longer this goes, the better for Notre Dame. Still getting familiar with the Utah staff, though, but I mainly see this as a Utah-Notre Dame battle. I think he's a take by all means. Film looked very impressive, trains with some big-time guys up there. Darius Clemens, I think, is also one of their training partners, if I remember correctly, up there in the Northwest Oregon-Washington border. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But I know Tobias Merriweather was fired up after he got the offer, and we'll see. Of course, this matters on Chauncey Stuckey. Maybe DJ Allen emerges, who was a guy who was offered over the summer, committed to TCU, is now back on the market. Stuckey has his guys. He knows some guys he doesn't. But I definitely expect Stuckey to be on the phone with Lowe and also Douglas, who he has a very good relationship with in the next day or two. So, yeah, that's the video, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Sorry for no huddle film. I know that's cool to look at sometimes as B-roll, but I'll do better next time. That's it. Peace.